Well, we got the Clark boys. Hi, Dave. Look who made it.
Hey, Dave.
Hey,
Dave,
good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening.
how are you?
Good, good, good. Had a good family day with Michelle and Rashida today. So,
Michelle was
great.
just on there. I don't know where she disappeared to.
oh, I see Michelle is on. Yeah,
No, she's. Oh yeah, she's still there.
well, I see. Jimmy, how you
Hi,
doing?
Lance.
Doing great. How you
I
doing?
enjoyed that music the other
Good.
day.
Hi, Lance.
Thank you, Ari.
Yep.
I gotta support.
Oh, I see my
Hey.
brothers on there as
That's
well.
what I've been trying to tell you.
Yeah.
He's doing work things, so leave him alone. He's just
You wanna
like
say
you,
hi,
never
Shishi?
stops. So how's everybody
hello?
doing?
Doing good.
Hey, look, the baby.
Hello.
This is Shayla. Shayla just turned 19 months today.
Okay.
Ooh.
You say hi? Can you blow them a kiss?
Hey.
Hey.
I guess that was for the guys, though, eh?
Yeah, I just became a grandfather this past Sunday.
Oh,
Oh,
congratulations.
congratulations.
Yeah. My oldest boy had a little girl. Or he and his fiance.
Wow, congratulations, Jimmy.
Thank you so much.
That's a beautiful relationship. That grandparent to grandchild is so amazing.
Yeah, this is our first one. They live an hour, about 50 minutes away from us, and so my wife, she's gonna be the ultimate grandmother. So she's there like every day. Me, it's like, okay, I'll spread the
Wow.
love a little bit. She's adorable though. She's adorable.
Yeah, that's awesome. Hey. That's Mr. Jimmy. Can you say hi, Jimmy? Say hi.
Hey, sweetie pie, how are you doing? Are you singing instrument yet?
She sings. She'll match pitch pretty well, and she sings and dances. So
Okay, I hear you.
there you go.
Nice.
Can you sing some more, Shay? Can you sing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star? Oh, she's signing it. Are you signing star? What
Good
star?
night to all.
19 months. Yeah.
Nice.
Jimmy, do you have any projects that I can check out musically? I know we haven't connected, you and I, yet, but I want to make sure I keep tapping away.
Yeah, I'll send you some stuff.
Okay.
I haven't put anything out recently, but I have some old things that I put out years ago. And then I have some things that I've been working on over the last couple of years, and I can send you I'll send you some of that stuff as well.
Great.
Yeah, the thing about it, I wish I had a singer close by, because I have several songs that need singing, and I'm not a singer, so they just kind of sit on a back burner. But my sister-in-law sings very well, my brother's wife, but they're in North Carolina, and then my wife's sister sings very well, but they're in Southern Virginia. So.
Jimmy, you have one close by. Where did he go?
I'm sure my brother could help you out.
Andrew's a singer.
Yeah, he's sidetracked there, whatever he's doing.
Oh, yeah?
And he's close by.
He's got a choir as well, so.
Yeah, both David and I are telling you, go for him.
Yeah. He's got a choir.
Is he in Maryland?
Yeah. That's him right there, but he's doing something else. I don't know what he's doing. You're not listening. Andrew. Michael Andrew. He's doing something else. He's.
Yeah, I'll check him out. But yeah, I'll send
Jimmy,
you.
are you in Virginia?
What's that?
Are you in Virginia as well?
Yep, I'm in Haymarket, Virginia, which is about 50 minutes or so northwest of DC.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, not too far from DC at all.
Okay. Well, if you need to track anybody, from a distance, they can send you their tracks. Let me know. Plenty of people out here that can help you out with that.
Oh, great. Okay. Hey, folks, how are you all doing? We have several folks joining us.
Yes, hello everybody.
Oh.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Sorry about
Hey,
my
Duke.
voice and my external mic. I left it at work.
Uncle Duke is on there.
Hi, she's so
Hi,
cute.
baby.
Hi, Veer.
Hi, Sayla.
Hi, Ryan. How are you? How's your dad?
There's Uncle Duke right there. Uncle Duke. Uncle Duke.
Oh,
That's my brother.
beautiful.
Say hi. Wait. Hi, baby. Hi, Say Say. Can I get kisses? Blow him a kiss. You blow him a kiss. 19 months today.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
One of the littlest Daisleys.
Jimmy just announced something, so make sure you ask him what he announced to us, Duke.
Oh,
so
good. Well, I'm glad I'm on. Jimmy, please.
I just became a grandfather last Sunday.
Oh, congratulations,
Yeah,
man.
thank you. To a little baby girl. Her name is Yuri.
Congratulations.
What was her name?
Yuri, Y-U-R-I.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. That's awesome.
Okay.
Where is she? Where was she born?
They're in Fredericksburg, Virginia.
Virginia.
Okay.
And that's about 50 minutes south of where I am.
Okay. Fantastic. Ah, it's exciting. Congratulations, Jimmy.
Yeah, she's a beauty one, a beautiful girl.
No doubt.
Kind of
No
looks
doubt.
like
You're gonna enjoy.
her daughter. She looks like a younger version of your daughter.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
A younger version of my daughter?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Very cool. Hello, cousin Harry. I think I heard you talking to me earlier. Duke.
What's that again, dude?
Oh, I was talking to cousin Ari. She's on mute.
Oh.
Oh, okay. All right.
Good way to get a word in edgewise.
Hey there.
Somebody, Jimmy,
Yes, ma'am.
can you unmute Michelle?
Where is Michelle?
I don't know if she's on there, but she's having problems with her audio again.
Let me see if I can find her here.
I'm going to remind some of the other relatives here. I thought I'd see some of them on the call.
I don't see her.
No, I don't.
Just had to say hello, see my brother
Yeah, go back
there,
on.
but I'm still at work.
Jimmy's gonna see if he can work it for you.
Did a screenshot. Did it appear? Or was it sitting in the Netherlands? Or the Netherworld?
Okay, you good? All right, call me if you need me.
I see your
She's
screenshot.
good.
Oh, good. Okay, it did work. Okay.
I'm opening it up now just to see.
Janine, you good?
Yeah, I see Michelle here. She's connecting.
Dude, I am all right. It's been a century, right?
There you go.
It's been a minute. It's been a minute.
It's definitely been a minute.
We have Ronnie. Good night. We have Janine. Woo.
Hi, Ari.
Hi, sweetie. Haven't seen you since you were 10.
Girl,
Zelma.
it's been years. Hold on. Come here.
Yes, Rory. Good to see
You
you.
good?
This phone was
Likewise.
say hi.
Trudy.
I'm
Michelle,
just
turn on
trying
your
to-
camera.
Come here. Come here. No.
Okay,
you-
Jimmy.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
You see Eduardo, he's in Panama.
Get it. Okay.
And
Hello.
Rhonda's sister,
Hey.
they're all from Panama.
Yeah, I'm Eduardo from Panama, Eduardo Williams.
Hi,
Hello.
nice meeting you.
Hey, hola, ¿cómo estás?
Yo estoy muy bien, ¿y ustedes?
Sí, claro, sí.
Okay, where am I? Am I talking to the States or to Canada? Where am I talking to?
I'm in Barbados.
All over.
All over.
Which one is in Barbados? Let me.
Me.
I need the name.
Rory's in Barbados as well.
Okay, let me switch to see yeah. Rory Hunt.
That's correct. That's correct.
Okay, you're in Barbados, huh? Nice meeting you, cuz.
Likewise, bruh.
Okay, can I give you all a quick history of my family here in Panama?
Of course.
Yes,
Hey,
please.
it's over here.
Okay, my grandfather's name was Oscar Oliver Williams. He came to Panama at the age of 21 in 1913. He came to Panama and he had 11 children here in Panama.
Wow.
He had 11 children. There's only one alive now, Aunt Shirley, Mrs. Green. She lives in Virginia now. She's the only one of 11 children that's alive.
What part of
And
Virginia?
They live
Virginia, Newport News.
Newport News.
Is that my cousin Rhonda speaking?
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
your cousin Rhonda?
Okay, yes. She lives in Newport News, Aunt Shirley.
Oh, my aunt is right around the corner from there, like 2 miles.
Okay, so you have a lot. All of you have a lot of family in Panama, a lot of cousins in Panama.
Mm.
Yeah, my mother was born in Panama. In
Wow.
Cologne.
Okay, we are most of us. That's where my grandfather settled. He was settled in Cologne. He settled down in the city of Cologne, which is on the Atlantic entrance to the canal.
Who was your
Yeah, he said
grandfather?
his mother was born there. So Eduardo.
Okay, what's your mother's name?
My mother is Hilma. Her father was George, and her grandfather was Patrick.
I don't know who it is. Somebody
Okay,
waving.
I really don't probably know the people, but I don't know the names really. So nice meeting all of you. So
Nice meeting you too.
Nice meeting you.
I spoke to my cousin from New York. She called me and told me about this, and she told me that I have a cousin living here in Panama. So she gave me the number and the telephone. I called my cousin. I called this person,
Grace.
Grace Clark.
Yeah.
I got speaking to her and we spoke for a while, and she told me that her husband, he was it happened that her husband knows my cousin also. But after a while, I told her I used to work for the Air Force, and she said I used to work for the Air Force also in Panama. It so happened that we knew each other, but we did not recognize. So many years we had not seen each other. We did not recognize each other until she told me that she worked at personnel for the Air Force. So I knew her long years ago. So without knowing that we were relatives. Ain't that something else?
That's a beautiful story.
Nice meeting all of you.
Yes,
Nice
indeed.
meeting all of you.
Likewise, Eduardo.
Okay. Some of you are from the States, from Barbados. Where else? Canada.
Los Angeles.
Okay. Somebody's in Canada. Okay, that's Aaron Lawrence. Okay, that's my cousin told me about you. Nice meeting you, Ari. Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting
How are
you
doing?
too.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Hi, Ari.
Hi, Rhonda. Hi, Lee.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Hi, Ada. Roy, I have to tell you something. Roy, where's Roy? And Janine.
Hello.
Right here, Rory.
Rory, Eduardo and Rondo and Lily, they're the great grandchildren of John as well. So they're on your branch of the tree. Just thought I'll tell you that. He didn't pay me no mind.
Hola.
Okay.
Hola.
Primo, hello.
Oye, ¿cómo está, chico?
Yeah,
¿Cómo
bien,
está,
bien,
primo?
bien, bien.
I see somebody, his name is Jimmy Gibson.
Hey,
Listen, there's a Williams. Let me call him.
He's there, Grace. He's on, Eduardo. He's there.
Eduardo?
Yeah, he's there, he's
Where's
on.
Eduardo?
He's on.
hey, Eduardo.
He's the one talking.
Can I ask
He's
Jimmy
the one
a
that just
question?
going on and on.
Go ahead.
Can I ask
So
Jimmy a
what?
question?
Happy birthday
Yes.
to you.
Jimmy, my grandmother's name, her name was Gibson also. Are you from your family from Barbados?
We can't hear you,
Hold on. Can I ask that everybody, if you're not talking, can you put yourself on mute?
Why not?
Okay, Eduardo, go ahead.
You know what I mean?
I'm asking you, my grandmother's maiden name was Gibson also.
Oh,
Okay.
a whole bunch of people.
There we go.
Okay, we'll talk later, Jimmy.
No, go ahead.
I'm saying my grandmother's name, her name was Gibson also. She was from Barbados. Are your family from Barbados, Gibson?
No, they are Pennsylvania and Virginia.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, they're not Barbados.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but for sure, my mom's family's side, they are.
From Barbados, okay.
Yeah, and Panama. They migrated over to Panama and helped with the canal, and so that's where she was born.
Okay.
So that's a great story. Do we have any other new folks on board that want to share?
I'm Lily.
Hey, Lily.
Hi. My father was born in Barbados and brought over to Panama when he was a year and a half. So he's the one that is more with the Barbados I feel we're more Barbadian than Eduardo.
So where's Lily from? Lily's from Panama?
Huh?
Lily, you're Williams?
Yes.
So you know Herbert?
He graduated with my sister Amelia.
1 second. Herbie, come here.
He graduated with my sister.
Yes, Amelia is her name. Class
Yes,
of
exactly.
Paraíso High School.
Exactly. I'm the class of 70. He's a class of 65.
He's class of 65.
Right. I'm
We
the
go
class
to
of
all the
70.
different activities.
Yes.
So we know each other by seeing us. And I know Eduardo. Eduardo knows me.
That's what he was just sharing. That's what he was just sharing. Look at him. That's him. Y'all recognize each other?
Yes, I remember. I know he is.
Okay.
I used to work civilian personnel. So I knew everybody that worked for Air Force and both in Albrook and Howard.
Oh, okay.
And I work post office too.
Oh, okay. Oh, Paraíso Post Office?
Yes.
Okay. Wow. What?
Do you know Millicent Patrick?
Huh?
Do you know Millicent Patrick?
No.
Oh, okay. Millicent passed.
Oh, okay. No.
Okay. Herbert is coming.
I left in 71.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I left in 71 and came up.
Panama is small. Here's Herbie.
Hello. Is this family?
Yes, this is.
Hello, family. How's everybody?
Hello. Herbie, I have to tell Amelia that I see you.
Oh, Amelia. Okay.
It's Amelia's sister, that's Eduardo.
Oh, Amelia's sister.
Yeah, Lily.
Yes.
Oh,
Lily.
she came out in 67 or so, 68.
70.
No, I came out in 70.
Oh, you're younger yet. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I came out in 70.
All right.
You're the baby.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't remember those people. They're too young. Don't remember them.
We just had our reunion in February, just before everything shut down.
Okay. Chet came out in that class.
Who?
Chet Lavalas.
No. He came out in 67 with my other sister, Elvia.
Okay.
He came out with Elvia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's 8 girls my father had.
Wow.
Yeah,
You know,
I know it was a house. Yeah, I remember it was a house full of women. I remember that.
right? And
pretty women too.
And 2 deaf mutes.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
I remember you lived beside the Waterbrung and them in Paraiso.
Exactly. Yes, exactly. We were right next door to them. Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, let me talk to the rest of the people now. The rest of my family.
This is Beckford. All those Beckford I've married. There's this Duke. Where's that a Beckford?
Yeah, Lance is around here somewhere. So we're yeah. So we are Vincent and Delcina's grandchildren. So
Children,
you know,
yes.
Audley is my father, and Lance's father who's also on the call.
Yeah.
And I'm actually Audley Jr.
Duke, the Beckfords are mine.
All yours.
All right. Well, you know, this is a strange world. Last week I didn't have any family. No, I have a whole lot of family.
Surprise. We have to fix the Clark. We have to adjust the E back onto that Clark.
No, well, it doesn't matter. Some of my brothers carry the E, and I don't carry the E. But it's not important. We don't have an inheritance. You know, you don't have to worry about. There's no money involved. E or no E is the same.
Can I say something to Roy Hunt?
Yeah.
I have a nephew that looked just like you.
Oh, you mean say he's good looking then?
He's good looking like Roy Hunt. He looks just like Roy Hunt.
He's going to be
Amelia,
a damn fine looking fella.
Herbert, Amelia's son, one of Amelia's son, looked like Roy Hunt.
Oh, okay.
And they were saying that he's part of Oliver Williams, you know, Oliver and Isaiah and whatever. You're part of that tree?
Me? No.
Roy Hunt.
No, me, Rory.
Rory, I'm sorry.
No.
I believe so. I'm not on the same tree as Hubert. I believe I'm on the other branch.
Okay, because my nephew, I'm telling you, I keep looking at you and I'm like, he looked just like, my nephew looked just like you.
Wait. Well, I am not the family though. I'm just married to the family. Crazy family, not me.
Oh, okay, so you just inherited us.
I go on to say in Spanish, colado. I'm not the family. I'm just married into the family.
Go try Michelle. It's not.
But I feel very grateful for that distinction.
Huh?
So, do we have any other newcomers?
Yeah, okay,
I think this is the first day for my brother, but he's sidetracked doing some work. Michael Andrew. I think this is the first time on the.
So we're going to get Andrew, but first we can get Cherie. Is it Cherie or Cherie?
It's Cher.
Cher, okay.
Hi.
How are you, Cher?
I'm all right, thanks. Hi, everybody.
Tell us about yourself.
I grew up in Barbados. I live in England now. I'm in Surrey. And my dad was Thelston Daisley. I don't know if anybody knows Thelston. Michelle would know, but I can't see Michelle probably. So yeah, I'm from the what's that they're called near Bridgetown. That's where everybody used to live, like just on the outskirts of Bridgetown. I guess it would be considered Bridgetown. Yeah.
And what are you
I don't know what else
right now?
Sorry?
What are you doing in England right now?
I work at a university here, Kingsley University. So I do like teaching, or tutoring, I suppose you could say. I've got two kids.
Where in Surrey are you?
Epsom.
Epsom.
Yes. My husband is saying to remember to say I have a husband.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm in Epsom, where they have the Derby, the horse racing.
Yeah. I have an office at Bike Shop Park.
Okay, so we should meet up next time you're over.
When COVID allows me to come back.
Yeah, that's a big problem out here. Is a big thing. We're all in lockdown still, kind of. Although they said not. We're not really going anywhere. We're not really doing anything. But nice to meet you all.
Nice to meet you too. You have you're in good company with lots of scholars and professionals and folks in that area. So keep doing what you're doing.
Okay, thanks.
Anybody else? Is Andrew free?
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me?
Who's this?
My name is Janine Hunt. Rory is actually my first cousin. His father and my father are brothers. My sister Trudy Hunt was on a call a couple of weeks ago. But yeah, it's just the two of us, and James is our father, and we are Mortimer's grandchildren. And this is Catherine. This is my little one. She's 6.
Nice.
Yeah, she's my one and only trouble tree. Ari knows me. Ari knows me from when I used to live in Montreal. We hung out a lot. Let's put it that way. The family there in Montreal, we hung out a lot. I'm born in England. I lived in Barbados. I was a QC girl up until Form 3. And then I moved to Canada. I moved to Montreal. I'll tell them nothing about you. Anyway, then I lived in Toronto, went to uni there, and went to uni. I did my master's in the US, and then I moved to Japan. I've been all over the damn world. And now I live in Brooklyn. I've been in New York for 12 years. But you know, I lived in Staten Island first, and then I moved to Brooklyn. Katie and I call her Katie, sorry, and her dad, we live together. So no.
Where in Brooklyn are you?
I am Flatbush. Prospect Park South.
I'm on Kings Highway, East 41st, going towards Kings Plaza.
Oh, you down there? Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, you're just south of me.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what line of work are you in?
Well, I'm kind of unemployed at this moment, but I'm an accountant.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been doing accounting for 12 years now, so yeah.
Okay, so it's always good to have an accountant in the family as well.
I need one right now.
But,
even though there's no inheritance to divide.
I'm so excited about this because there's so much about my family that I knew some stuff, and a lot of stuff was spotty, but it's really glad to meet like a whole bunch of family that I never knew existed really and truly, you know. Basically, I just know about people from Facebook based on what my sister, you know, she links up with people, and then I link up with her, and she lets me know, you know, who's who and what's what. So, you know, she's the genealogical person here, not me.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really great to meet, really great to meet people. This is Ty. She wants me to introduce you to Ty. This is, we're allergic to cats here, so this is as close as we can get. Yeah, but I'm really glad to meet all of you, you know, and hopefully, you know, we can make this family reunion happen. And, you know, I'm not adverse to coming to.
Audio's gone.
You're on mute, Janine. You got
Your audio's gone.
Janine, you went to.
Sorry, that's the cat's fault, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, you know, I'm not big on the heat in Barbados, but I come, you know.
Good.
I haven't been home in like 3 years, is it, Rory? 3 years?
Yes, yeah, that's right. That's all right.
And before that, it was like 12. So yeah, I'm really bad for that.
Correct.
So, but I do love my family and I do miss them, and I try to keep in touch as much as I can. So
There you go.
Good. It was certainly nice meeting you too. Hopefully you can have
Well, this is my first time on the call as well.
Okay, Rory, go ahead.
So, well, you know who I am, Rory Hunt. She come and say hi. Come. This is the last of my 4 children, Choma. And I have, well, as I said, last of the 4, so there are 3 others. Gabriella, Duron Duval, and Mercedes. They're anywhere between 29 and 22 right now. So, you know, she's the one that's still at home. Really good to see all you guys. Really good to be part of this extension. And I'm really pleased to see family. Janine will tell you that, you know, I love family. I think we all do, really. We all grew up quite close here in Barbados. And we were always aware that there are others and we're much bigger. Even though we think that we are quite big without the Daisley extension, you know, it's really cool to have that and be part of something much larger. It's really, really good fun. Mm-hmm. What else? What do I do? Right. I think you asked that. I'm in telco. So I work for a telecommunications company on the sales and marketing end. I manage teams here in Barbados and in Grenada. That's the day job. Side hustle includes entertainment. We produce a monthly live music event here in Barbados. Well, that was prior to COVID. We're looking to resume shortly. And that's been going quite well. We call it Sunday Grooves. We try to focus primarily on a jazz vibe, you know, 2-3 hours in the afternoon on a Sunday. We use our backyard. I have a 2,800 square foot deck, which I repurposed the gully to install. So that's quite a different location, and it works. It works. People seem to enjoy it.
Steps.
44 steps, not 52. Zelma's a regular, so so she knows it's a 44 step descent into a gully, onto a really nice wooden deck, 100% wooden deck. And it's
yeah, that's outstanding.
Yeah.
Lance is a professional drummer out in California. I'm a jazz bassist myself, and we have other accomplished musicians here in the family as well.
Yeah.
So
hey.
And I understand
Right.
Andrew has a choir and sings quite well. So
No, that brother, no, he doesn't just sing well. He is up there.
yeah. So
Rory, I have to come down, man. I have to come down.
But you know, as a standing invite too, whenever you're ready. We're hoping to resume at the end of this month. So I'll keep you posted.
okay. Well, very nice meeting you, Rory. Z.
Likewise.
Z, you're on.
Please. Good night to all. It's good to be here. Seeing some familiar faces. Ray, Ari, David, Janine, Ashley, Henry, Daisley, how are you? Rory met from the Zoom platform at the last meeting that we had, and it's very good to share fellowship with you. I sent a broadcast to those members that I have on my phone, and I do not see any new additions. I think Michelle got it, but she probably would have been in contact with Ari. My dad was Gerald. This is on my phone. My dad was Gerald. He had a brother, which is Hugh Douglas Hugh. I'm not sure which is the correct name that he would go by. I have 3 brothers. two living in the USA and one living here. I have one son. I work at our local television station, which is the Caribbean Broadcasting Corporation. And I have been there from there's another accountant or someone that plays with figures on a regular basis in the family. Very big on family and looking forward to the planned reunion when the date is official, and we are all traveled by just being at GIA and walking straight out without any complications. I have to discuss with the other family members who are not in the chat. Andrew, which is Andrew Daisley. Michelle is here. And there are one or two other family members that I would want to be on the planning from the local end here in Barbados, along with the overseas persons. It's originally from St. Thomas in the middle, hoping that we can incorporate our first event with a church service in St. Thomas, and also our first outing visiting the plantation that he would have worked at in St. Thomas. I know everyone wants to come, and we have to work the planning in a way that the young at heart, the young ones, and the elderly, not elderly as with stakes, but we have to look at planning the events that everyone could at least attend at least one, two, or all of the events. I wouldn't want the planning to be all hyped as party, and not history. So I'm gonna think of working it as historically with fun included for the actual time when we are looking at doing it. Richard was born in September. Is that correct, Ari? What month was he born?
He never got a date on his birthday, but I think he might have been born like 17 something. I think he was born in the 1700s. I found but I don't know what month.
Oh well,
I have to do some more research on it.
What I would like is that if we can center the reunion around his birth month, if it is possible, or we would have to look at a month that would be feasible for everyone.
Well, you got to think about September and kids.
July, August is want to come home for crop over. But I would want to, in as much have some of the kids involved as well too, because they are the ones that have to carry on the tradition and the history. So I don't want to take away
Okay, so we may have, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, good. So we may have lost Z. Did we have anybody else that was new? Okay, did we have anybody that wanted to share some family history? Okay, Ashley, are you raising your hand? Oh, okay, okay. So I sent out a couple of links to past video or to past sessions, and I noticed that on the links, they might not have had the names on there. So it might have been hard for those of us who don't know everybody to see the names. So I've been catching screen captures, and I know Wayne has sent one. So I've been just taking as folks come on board to the Zoom. I just been taking screen captures with the names that are underneath, and then I'll put links to that. I'll send those in the email as well, so that you'll have the screen captures with everybody's name on it. If the video doesn't have, if you guys go back and look at past Zoom sessions and the names aren't on there. Andrew, are you ready to give us a little introduction on yourself?
Yeah, I can talk for a couple minutes. My other two meetings, I work with schools, and educators love to talk and go back and forth, and eventually they'll come to a resolution. Then I'll implement what they want. So I'm master scheduler for District of Columbia Public Schools. So what I do is make sure the right teachers are in the right rooms with the right students at the right time. I have about 5,000 teachers and about 50,000 students, ranging from early childhood education to 12th grade, with all kinds of different stuff in play: special ed, accelerated ed, specialty schools, all kinds of schools. So it's a very interesting job, and from one day to the next is not the same. And I happen to be working on Sunday because we couldn't schedule schools because the mayor didn't make her decision on what direction we were going to go in until July 30th, and we're opening schools on August 31st. So I got 117 schools to get scheduled, and what I normally spend all summer doing, I get this year to do in weeks. So it's kind of exciting. Last week I worked 88.5 hours when I total up my hours. So I did like two weeks work in 1 week. But this week shouldn't be that bad. So hopefully, and then once I get all school scheduled, I'm taking 2 weeks off and doing absolutely nothing for 2 weeks. So that's the summary of what I do.
So I got a couple questions. DC, are they going to be going back into school? Are the students going back into schools?
So we are scheduling virtual schools with the possibility of later in the year revisiting that. So there'll be no instruction scheduled right now on Wednesdays, because if we go back into school, the idea is that schools would be open Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday would be a deep cleaning day, and then school would continue on Thursday, Friday. But for right now, it's all virtual, but we're not scheduling anything on Wednesdays in case we go back. We have that window for deep cleaning in the middle of the week.
Okay. The other thing I wanted to say, I'm in Haymarket, Virginia, and I hear that you are an excellent musician and singer, and have a choir and all that. So I'd love to be.
So you should join us for church on Sunday. Ari usually is at church with us, and David usually visits our church on Sundays. It's a really interesting experience. It's me and the minister, and sometimes a cantor streaming from our church in DC. And it's an interesting experience. Our preacher can preach now. He let me see. He has had some various life experiences. Let me put it that way. That's a good way to put it. So he has a lot of experiences to pull from. Let's put it that way. Yes. So he can really speak to almost everybody's condition.
Okay. Why don't you, Ari, why don't you put a link or something, in either the Facebook thing or the or email.
For his
If you
church.
send me the link, I can send it out to the distribution list.
Okay. Why you get Andrew to send it? It's his church.
Because
he'll get it faster than I will. I have to go.
Does he have your email?
Andrew, put the link up for the church.
The church today was really good. Last week,
I think he's frozen.
he works 88 hours a week.
So Andrew, if you can put the link in the chat window, and then I'll send it out to the distribution list. So anybody else have anything that they would like to share?
Yeah, Jimmy, what Andrew then says, he used to be director in the University of West Indies, had a singing chorale in Barbados, and he used to be the director as well. So I think he's not giving you the full story.
I see. A little modest.
Rory would know that.
Very modest. Like his brother.
Yeah.
I would like to hear from Barry. You're in a different world. How are you impacted by COVID in the airline industry? Did you hear me?
Hey, yeah, I heard you. I just had to unmute myself.
Oh.
So what's happened in the industry pretty much is that about half of the employees are either working from home, or in my case, if you're an operational employee, which I am, so which means I can't really work from home. I've got to work. I've got to do my job. Half of us are kind of on a stay-at-home status. And in my case, I'm on reserve now, so I just get called if I need to go to, if they need me. But otherwise, I actually just wait at home until I get a call to come into work. So that's kind of where it's at right now. You know, they're right now the best case scenarios of the industry returning to the March 20, pre-COVID days is December or so of 2021. So the late fall, early winter of 2021. And then the thinking is that that's the best case scenario. The worst case scenario they're thinking it could go as long as 2024. But you know, I think it really depends on how quickly there's a vaccine, either a vaccine or a therapy. I mean, obviously, most people don't want to travel until they know that there is going to be that if they get sick, well, they don't want to get sick first of all, but if they do, you want to believe that there's either some type of therapy that you're going to come out of the hospital, or that you're vaccinated and you won't get sick as a result. So that's where it kind of stands right now.
Have you noticed any once people are flying, have you learned of any increase in positive testing once some person has flown from point A to point B?
So I don't know of any specific case of that. Within my group, my pilot group, we had about I think about 20 or 25 of the pilots get sick. Most of them were non-asymptomatic. They weren't non-asymptomatic, but we had about 5 of them that got pretty sick. None of them died. Everyone survived. There's, I believe, one still in the hospital. We had some other employees that at the airport that died. A few other employees that died from COVID, but otherwise, as far as passengers, I'm not familiar with anyone that's the case has been.
Barry, when you're flying, do you wear a mask?
So originally we didn't at first, and the thinking was that you couldn't function and speak into the radios and so forth while you had a mask on, but that's shown not to be the case. Now it's up to the crew whether they want to wear a mask or not in the cockpit. The way that the systems work in the cockpit, they have said the air conditioning and air circulation systems work is that it pulls everything down through the floor of the cockpit, and so even if you were to sneeze or something like that, it pulls it down toward the floor of the cockpit. And those systems are pretty strong. The air that comes off of those comes off the engines, and it goes through an air cycle machine to cool it. But it's a pretty strong flow of air. So that's what they're saying. But it's up to the crew whether they want to or not. The difficulty comes. I haven't heard it happen yet. But if one crew member wants to, insist that you wear, and then you have some crew members that insist you don't wear, and then there's a conflict there. So.
Okay.
Is there anybody here that is against wearing a mask? Winston,
Well,
are you saying something over there?
No, I'm just laughing because of how that's been politicized, and it's just science.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, so some people, there's one person, it's like down in Virginia, my aunt lives in the Newport News area, and I'm not sure if it was there, but the person did not want to wear a mask because she was afraid that she would be perceived as being a Democrat or a liberal. So that's how bad it is in the U.S. All the Trumpers.
That's how it is up here in New Hampshire too. Pretty
Oh,
much.
yeah.
that only happens in the United States of America.
Live free or die.
Yeah.
Do you guys in the U.S. realize that the U.S. is a serious laughing stock?
Oh God, yes.
Yeah.
Except for we're crying. We're crying.
They've been laughing at us for years.
Yep.
Terrible.
4 years.
It's
These
terrible.
are
Find it funny.
It's terrible.
No, so
we're hoping the joke
when I'm
doesn't get worse
traveling-
in November.
when I do travel, what I found is this is even before. This is really ever since we got our most recent president. You go to, if you're in Europe, any of the countries, wherever you go, if people ask you, "Oh, where are you from?" and you say you're American, they always snicker. Always, every single time they snicker. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Much more so than ever now. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh well, you know, before before you say you're American, and people were like, "Oh really?" You know, and they want to ask you questions about America. They want to ask you, you know, now you say, "Oh, American," they go, you know, like that. They literally go do it to you. Yeah.
Putin's puppy.
We're the danger feel of the world. No respect. That's
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
We haven't earned any. I'll tell you what. 4 years.
That's the word right there. Respect. That's the word.
Exactly.
That is no longer
Yep.
automatic when anyone is even thinking about the US. It's just it's gone totally.
Yep.
Totally.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
So Barry, what equipment are you on?
Well, so I am technically now on the Airbus 320. I used to be on the 757. Then I actually moved over to captain on the Airbus 320, but because of COVID and everything, and they're downsizing the airline, I'm probably going to be going back to the right seat on the 737. So we're all going through displacements right now, and the only thing is that they can't get people through. There's so many displacements, they can't get people through training fast enough. That's what's happening. So as a result, again, I kind of sit around and just wait for a phone call.
So Barry, quick question. Because you're likely to go back to the right seat, does that mean retraining because you wouldn't have had that much time, many hours recently?
No, well, so there's a certain amount of training that's going to be had no matter what. But see, so airline pilots can't operate any type of equipment. They have to operate their training a specific piece of equipment. So if you fly a 757, you can't just jump into a 737 and fly it, or you can't jump into Airbus and fly it, or you know, there's no cross training into various types. It's only one type you're trained at a time. So because I'm going from the Airbus, so I had to go through 3 months of training to go from the 757 to the Airbus. Now I'm going to be going through about 3 months of training to go from the from the Airbus to the 737.
So Barry, you could appreciate that. I fly on a Voyager A330.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Of course, I racked up. So we have our own planes, but I racked up 225,000 actual miles flying as a passenger on American Airlines, and we have our own planes. So that tells you how much I used to fly.
Yeah. You said 225,000? Oh, that's a lot of miles. Yeah. Great.
Does that mean I get a free ticket, David?
Yeah, right.
They tell me the miles belong to the company.
Well, that's go
Oh,
ahead,
Jimmy,
Jimmy.
you know, there's something I was thinking, and I was kind of wondering about as far as the, you know, I was thinking we probably ought to try to, if nothing else, at least start working toward narrowing down a time of year. So I heard, I forget who it was, but was speaking at about possibly the birth date. But it might be important to try and narrow down some time of year, some month of the year, or depending on the various needs of each person. I don't know how many people have kids in school. And then of course, the schools don't necessarily have, aren't out at the same time. But, you know, I thought that, if not today, but that's something that we all probably need to be thinking about for the next meeting.
We can take a vote in the Facebook page.
Yeah, I see a hand up, Otto.
Yeah, I was going to suggest when my family did the reunions, we generated an email to all of the people on the list, and we gave, I think, 3 dates, and everyone voted on what time was best for them. And then it's pretty much majority rule, give or take, you know, certain criteria. But it's but we did the majority rule. We did that for the date and the location.
Yeah,
So
there's a software program to do that now. So if you just do a poll, which is easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Jimmy could probably do that.
Yeah, we could. Yeah, I could definitely work with Z and whoever she's working with to put together a quick poll and just send the link to everybody, and they can just, you know, you can put a bunch of questions on there, you know, not only the date, but, you know, what kind of activities, you know, what types of whatever. We could just put a whole poll together so that we get a good sense of, you know, what everybody wants to do, and so it can be a successful reunion. And I'm happy to, I can easily put a quick survey together with
I think even before you send that out, just keep in mind that there may be some of the younger folk who do have children in school, so automatically eliminate the school time, when school will be in session, so that you don't even have to consider that time frame.
Yep.
We are talking 2021, correct, Jimmy and Z? And...
I'm not sure what date we're talking.
Okay.
We're talking when COVID lets us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think anybody
We
wants
need to
come and
consider
spend-
the climate too. I don't know what kind of a climate you have in Barbados. If you have
Same climate all year round, Grace.
if it's a hurricane or what, you know.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
okay.
I don't think anybody wants to come and quarantine.
Sorry.
In
Barbados is tropical.
Yeah.
So are they making everybody quarantine 14 days, or is it just?
No.
Everybody...
No. On arrival, you get tested. Well, you can come with your test results.
Right.
If you come from the US, unfortunately, you get compulsory quarantine for 7 days at present. But if you come with your test result, you can quarantine in a hotel. If you don't come with a test result, you get tested. The turnaround time, the option is you can stay at the airport and the results take about 7 hours to come back.
Oh, okay.
Or you can go to a hotel. There are several hotels that are prescribed as centers. So you go to a hotel and they bring the results to you. And then if you're negative, then you're good to go to your regular hotel. Off you go. So I came in 2 Mondays ago. So I had to do, I was tested, I was negative. So I had to do 7 days self-monitoring, where they actually give you, at the airport, they give you your own thermometer and a sheet, and you take your temperature morning and evening and record it, and you WhatsApp it to the ministry monitoring unit. And then if your temperatures are out of whack, they come and test you 7 days later. If you're good, then you're good to go, basically.
Who picks up the tab for the hotel?
You pick up the tab for the hotel. So the option is you can stay at the airport and wait the 7 hours and get your results, or you can come with your test result. If you come with your test result, you get tested. The turnaround time, the option is you can stay at the airport and wait the 7 hours and get your results. And then if you're negative, then you're good to go, basically.
Who picks up the tab for the hotel?
You pick up the tab for the hotel. So the option is you can stay at the airport and wait the 7 hours and get your results. Or you can choose one of 3 hotels. You can choose the Hilton, you can choose Worthing Court, and I can't remember the third, but there are 3 hotels that you can choose and depend to pay your money. So you can start from, say, $100, and you could go all the way up depending if you want the suite at the Hilton.
Wow. Okay.
But they've actually refined the process quite well. Now that we're taking in flights from Europe, I'm not sure how long the turnaround time is, because certainly 7 hours is fairly good for a turnaround. Places like Jamaica had a backlog of 10,000 tests that they hadn't managed to turn around a week later. So Barbados is doing extremely well in the context of turning around the tests and getting results back.
Gee, and America is what, 2 weeks?
Oh, please.
It's even longer sometimes. Yeah.
Let's not put that one in there.
You get it.
If you can get a class, right.
Yeah,
In our actual fact, we're discussing having a lab at the airport, which is something we're looking at. So the other good thing about Barbados, we built a hospital so that people to be isolated are separated. So COVID patients do not actually go to our general hospital. And also we have a field hospital, which we deployed as well.
Yeah, that's very good information, David. Thank you.
That's Mia doing her job properly, right?
Yes.
Well, I mean, I do know a little about the field hospital because I'm involved with that, so I know a little about it.
Go ahead.
And in fact, for those of you know, there are 2 armies in the world that have World Health Organization accredited type 1 hospitals. And the 2 armies are Israel and Barbados. They're only the 2 armies in the world that actually have WHO approved field hospitals.
Nice. Go ahead. Yes. Go ahead, Penny.
Oh, I wanted to, well, my sister wanted me to let you guys know she apologized. She couldn't be on the call today. That's Topaz. That's my baby sister. She's usually on the call, but she couldn't be on it today. And I know you guys are laughing at us Americans. It's not our fault, okay? But
that's okay. There's a lot of us.
But what I did want to impart was I was listening to the radio. I think it was maybe like last week or the week before, and you know how they have these questions that come in, and 3 people came on saying that they went to get tested for the corona, and the lines were so long, but I guess as soon as you go in, you give your information. The lines were so long, they decided that they didn't want to wait. And they got letters stating that they were positive, but never got tested.
Well,
wow.
So,
is that
you
US
know,
efficiency?
Pardon me?
Efficiency. Is that US efficiency?
It must be.
No, I'm just, you know, I just
newfound,
like.
The newfound U.S. efficiency under Donald Trump.
It's right. It's Trump efficiency, right?
Yeah,
That's
so, you know,
our
that's
predictive analytics.
Yeah, that's some of the things that people, you know, are concerned about, you know, the fact that how are these numbers accurate?
Yeah.
You know, based on and the fact that they're not doing any autopsies on the people that have passed away. I had a neighbor actually who passed away, but he had been sick in the hospital for almost a year with diabetes.
Oh.
But they said that when he did pass away, it was from the virus.
Yeah, that can happen.
You know, so how could you, you know, if you're not doing any autopsies, how do you know that all of these people are not dying from something else?
I think if the doctor couldn't make it to that person because he was attending to somebody with COVID, this person must have died from a COVID-related death.
Well, my understanding is that they get quite a bit of money for those deaths.
Well,
I don't know if it's true or not, but I'm just saying, you know, that's some of the information that's floating around.
Well, the White House is trying to minimize those deaths, so I don't know. There's a competing process going on there, trying to minimize the number of infections and minimize the number of deaths. So I wouldn't be surprised if there are more deaths than that, actually.
Did anybody else want to say anything? We're a little bit past 8 o'clock, and I want to be respectful of everybody's time. Did anybody have anything that they wanted to say? Michelle, you're back there in the shadows. I hadn't seen you in several meetings. What's going on, dear?
Got no volume. Michelle, say something. I have her on the phone so she can hear.
Hi guys, I've been listening attentively. So I can join you. Well, my audio is gone again, and tried to get on my computer as well. It's not allowing me to. But as always, it's great connecting with family, and I'm looking forward to the reunion as soon as COVID would allow us to. And I'm enjoying these meetings. You know, every 2 weeks, I really look forward to them, and I am very disappointed when I'm unable to, you know, be part of the chat. So forgive me for not saying much, but my audio would not allow me to. But as usual, great meeting, great connecting. Hope to see you guys and then hear from you in another 2 weeks.
All right.
All right.
So just to let you guys in Barbados know that when we come there and crash, we don't want any internet connection problems.
That's Rory's.
That's the only thing that works in the U.S.
He said we don't want any internet problems, connection problems.
No, we have somebody, Rory will deal with that.
I don't know what's happening. I can get on the computer, but I just cannot get on my phone.
I'm just giving you a hard time.
Yeah.
Otto, go ahead.
Yeah. How are we doing with the bio information? Because it's nice to see everyone, but from 1 week to the next, I forget who's who. So,
you know where that's gonna fall on Ari, right?
Are we working on that template?
I slipped on that, to tell you the truth, because I spent a lot of time getting the directories and stuff together for the videos. So that's going to be my next thing. I got the video set now, and I got the YouTube channel set. So now in everything we do here, I just take my my iMovie, convert our Zoom thing, and then send it up to YouTube. So now I can put a little bit more time on some other things.
Okay.
So yes, hold my foot to the fire, or my feet to the fire. Don't, you know, I'm not going to try to make any excuses. If I say I'm going to help somebody something, I'm going to do it. If I forget, then just hold my feet to the fire. And Ari, I would expect that you'd be, you know, poking me too to help with whatever.
Jimmy.
I'm willing to help any way that I can. So.
Yes. Go ahead, Barry.
Yeah, I was pretty much about to say the same thing, because like I just confessed to everybody, I'm just kind of waiting for a call from work anyhow. So
grounded.
I'm retired, so I got time.
Okay.
Well, I'm working on Otto's behalf now because I'm an in-law, right, or outlaw, depending upon how you look at it. So.
Will you cut out the in-law thing?
I'm doing his part.
Yeah.
You ain't no in-law or outlaw?
I'm outlaw.
So Ari had put the list together for the contact list with all the emails and everything. We have a nice Google sheet with everybody's name and email. We're still populating the phone numbers.
We're up to 68 names now.
Yeah. So, you know, so now we're just kind of getting ourselves structured and organized and being able to, you know, quickly tap people, you know, through email or phones. So, Grace, go ahead, dear.
Yes, what I wanted to say is I want to thank Ari for connecting the Panama connection. I told her from before that it was very important for us to identify those that came to Panama, because all roads led to Panama, and most of your ancestors came to Panama. And Panama is what it is today because of the Barbadians that came and because of them working. And just this past week, yesterday was the last day of that we were celebrating. We have the Society of the Afro-Descendants, and we had a celebration. I'm one of the members, and we were celebrating or commemorating what had happened so many Barbadians because the majority of people that came and worked in the canal were the Barbadians. A lot of Jamaican came for the construction of the train. But after that, Jamaica was put in certain controls that they had to pay for the people to come. So Barbadians, more than 40,000, over 40,000 Barbadians, and they died building the canal. Some relatives came and nobody ever heard about them again, because when they were digging and they were putting the dynamite, some of them, because they couldn't hear, because of the malaria, quinine that they gave them, they were deaf and they were blown up. So all roads, we are going to Barbados for this first time, but Panama is a must. Panama is a must.
I agree.
All of my aunts, my father and my aunts, all of them are Panamanian by birth. And all the descendant, Lance, Duke, all of them. You may not read, I know all of my aunts. Panamanian, and you all are descendants of Panamanian. You have two nationalities, or three. You might be Barbadians, US, but you are Panamanian. And this country is what it has. It is because our blood, our people, the building of the canal was done by them. People that came with trade. All those big structure, it wasn't done by the white Americans because they didn't know to do anything. They were the boss, but who did the work was the ancestors. Right. And when we're supposed to come and walk proud. So you must come to Panama. You have to do a pilgrimage to Panama. Ari, thanks. Are we located? Lily is grew up in the zone, and she know in the canal zone, and she knows my husband family well. In the case of Eduardo knows me. When he called and he said, I need to see her face, and we were talking, and he said, I said, where you work? And when he told me, I said, is Grace Scott from civilian personnel? He said, I saw the face and know it. Eduardo even remember the car that I had when he used to work there. So that means we are walking among each other, and we are family and we don't even know. So Ari, at least one, two, somebody in Panama, because it's a must.
As far as I'm concerned, after we go to Barbados, even before you said this, Grace, I was thinking Panama needs to be the next place we go. So
Panama has to be the next place that you go. This country is what it is because the majority of people were from Barbados. Yes.
Another thing that killed a lot of people in Panama during the canal was the yellow fever as well. I remember that from the...
Yes, but remember we're giving them the quinine, and we party, we strong. We work in the rain and everything, and they don't get sick. That's why, you know, they replace them. A set come and the other set come, and you know that those that were from here were dying and weren't working. Are the ones that put all the thing. When you see the movies and everything of who are building the canal, it's our people. It's our people. My grandfather he was a clerk, yes, but I work in the canal zone too. My husband was a Panama Canal pilot. All of us that stayed here, we work and we have built this country. That's the reason why I never migrated to the United States of America, because I said, this is mine. And anytime I step, well, I don't know if all of the Daisies are like me, but when I step as if I am the owner. So when you're ready, come to Panama. It's a must.
I agree with that. I'm sorry for that.
James, you want to say something? Sorry, you wanted to say something, James.
Yes, thank you very much. I'm sorry I missed some of the meetings, but I've been really tied up up here in New York. But there is another piece of history that I would like to get some more information on, and that is there are Jews in the family. And I'd like if there's somebody could trace where the Jewish ancestry is from, and also Scottish ancestry. Because if there's any such information, I'd like to get that information also. That's prior to the Daisleys. So if there are those who have collected that information, because I think we have a history that goes a great way back, and especially now that there is a focus on slavery and antiquity. I think if there's anyone who can share some information, and I must say, Ari, that this week I will get my data up to date for you with my family tree, because you have me as the third child and I'm the first child, you know, and that is not a nice thing to be switched around like that, knocked about, you know. Okay. It's not your fault though.
You try to do
Maybe I don't have any birth dates on. That's why you're number 3. If I had the birth dates, it would be in order.
You will have them all.
I do? Okay.
Cousin Ari, I'd like to speak to that for a moment. So I don't know the details in particular, but I can tell you that the Jewish ancestry that I'm aware of is a Syrian Jewish ancestry on the Johnson side of the family. So this is, so Delsina is the daughter of William Henry Maynard Daisley. And excuse me, it wasn't actually her father, it was her mother. It was her mother. So that's actually, they're not Daisleys. So if there's other Jewish ancestry, I don't know about it. I just thought about that. But I do know what you're talking about. We certainly do have Syrian Jewish ancestry in the family.
Yeah. And,
but her mother's name was Hadassah, which is, of course, a very Jewish name.
And also, was William Daisley the one who married his student who was 10 years younger than himself? He was the music teacher, and she came as a student, 16 years of age, and he got married to her. I remember my mother telling me that grandfather was very meticulous. He took care of everything. He bought everything and provided for her in such an amazing way that men often do not get involved.
He was raising a child.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yes.
But he's not the only member of the family that did that. There are quite a few who have done that.
Yes, cousin Hugh, she was 17 and he was 27. I didn't know the part about her being a student. That's news.
She was his piano student, and he was a teacher.
That's what William Henry married.
That's correct. That's correct.
You were saying?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes, so Hadassah was 10 years.
That's why I didn't like him.
10 years his junior. She was 17.
Oh, okay. We got to talk you. I went to Clermont and I saw him.
Yep.
I saw a situation there. Okay. We talk.
Okay.
Maybe that's a story for one of the next socials.
No, that's a story for a book.
Yeah, actually, there are many stories. There are many stories. I'm just sorry I did not get all of them. I remember my mother and my aunt talking together, and they would speak with this gypsy talk, Lilipi, Lulipi, Yulgidi, Sulgidi, and we would sit in and listen about something that happened. And it was the lodge that saved. So David, the lodge had a part in our family history, a very significant part.
Believe it or not, I was giving Michelle a little talk today, she and her daughter, about the lodge.
Yep.
And in fact, for those who don't know, I came to Panama in 2005. There's a lodge in Cologne called Lodge Thistle. In 2005, I was the 100th master of Lodge Thistle in Barbados, and I actually, which is 1014, and the one in Cologne is 1013. I actually sat in the chair as the master of the lodge in Cologne in 2005. The master at that time was Ray Henry, who was a pilot on the canal.
Yeah,
and then Ray, yeah. And Ray came, I think Ray may have been the chief pilot at the time. And Ray came to Barbados and sat in my chair as the master. Yeah. And so I've been to Panama a few times to Cologne, and actually, and I also attended the Grand Lodge of Panama with the Grand Master Mason of Scotland as well. So I've been there a few times.
Please confess the whole story and tell them how you came and you passed where I live and went by somebody else.
So I arrived in Panama.
The story.
I arrived in Panama in 2005 to go to a lodge meeting as the master. And the secretary of the lodge, his name was Walter Clark. And so I said, oh, maybe we're related. And of course, it became a joke. Not to realize that later on, Walter's daughter lived not far from Grace. And all these years, Sheila has been telling Grace that she have Barbadian connections, and Grace didn't believe it.
No,
right,
Sheila has been behind Herbert because Herbert is Clark. So that is her relative. It's not me she was after. She was
yes, but it turned out that you were the relative coming to Barbados.
So when I sent this thing and I said, what? I am Barbadian, I am a Jamaican. This is where this come from. I said, well, that is my grandfather. As I saw the picture, I knew it was my grandfather because I knew my grandfather. I said I've been fortunate because I knew all of my aunts. I knew my aunt Delsina. We interacted a lot together. And anytime I say Nelsa, I feel so, Nelsa and I never lived together, but I know Nelsa from I always know I have a cousin that named Nelsa. I see that name, it's a special feeling. But I knew my Aunt Edith, when my father died, Aunt Edith and Aunt Hazel were here. Yep. And I know Aunt Dorothy was here. That was my stylish aunt. And I know everybody, and that to me that is so wonderful, So God has been good, and I'm happy to be part of all of this. And I would just sit here and look at all of you and say, well, I always said when I was a child that I didn't have much family. And now look like I have family all over the world, in all different color and size, different names, and that is a blessing.
Yes.
It is so wonderful.
I would say I attended last
Nancy, I love you so much. Who's that? Look at her.
Last week I attended the launch of the West Indian Week with Grace. So she gave a great prayer and stuff last week in Panama. So I actually attended. Unfortunately, I couldn't. This was a busy week in Barbados, so I couldn't attend all. But I did tune in on Facebook and listen to some of the events. But I wasn't able to stay on for all of the events. So Grace, I did stay, and I did let you know that I was there for your.
Yes, I knew. Yes. We had a wonderful week. A lot of activity. Very informative.
Grace.
To some of the, I'll send you some things so you can share.
Were you in that video that's supposed to air next week or whenever? There's some video that Sheila's in. Were you in it also?
No, let me talk to Sheila. There's one about the canal, and that's there's one family, that was from Barbados, and he tells the story about what happened that I'm going to send to you. It was very good. They talk about a calypso, but you know that calypso is generally a West Indian type thing. Huh?
It's funny. I remember about '80s. PBS had on a show because I was there and said to me, "What's Manny doing on the TV?" And I didn't know anything about Panama then, but I'm beginning to think it might have been my uncle that went down there that she saw, because when I looked up, he looked just like him. And they were doing a story on the Barbadians that went to Panama and to help build the canal.
Yes.
It was on PBS in the 1980s, sometime like that. That'd be interesting if we could get hold of that video.
I have a lot of stuff that I'm going to share with you, and then you share with the rest. We have books, and we have meetings, and we have a Afro Descendants month. The whole month we celebrate, supposed to be one day, but we the Black people, when they give us an inch, we take a yard. So we take the whole month. And every year in August, we have 1 week that we have celebration. They have to hear us. Time. So
I'd say one
that's
more.
my, yes.
Go
I
ahead.
could say there's one more thing that maybe Jimmy or David, you know, could work on, and that is where our family members are, because you'd be surprised to know the places of power and authority that our members are in. I mean, I have a niece who is the youngest Supreme Court judge in the United States. I mean, she's the Supreme Court judge for California. I mean, she'd worked with Congress, Obama. I mean, you know, we are scattered far and wide. And this Zoom really done something to bring us together. I mean, I never knew about David Clark before. I never met him. And he'll soon be linking up with me and my Rotary Club here in New York. So after the meeting, I'll give him a call so that we can settle our dates.
Sounds good. One thing that I would like to ask of, if you guys have not entered your phone numbers into any of the previous chats, take a moment before we end this chat or this Zoom session and put your email and phone number inside of the chat, and we'll add it to our contact list. Did you guys catch that?
I missed that last thing.
So we have a contact list that we're developing. So if you have not entered your information into any of the previous chats, take a moment and enter your name or your name, your email and phone number and location in the chat, and then we'll add that to our into our contacts list.
Okay. And we send that to whom? To the host?
Just put it in the chat box here, in your Zoom, and then we'll add it to our
Okay, I have all your information.
Good. You have my number also? Good. And so, David, I'm going to give you a call right after this.
Yep, no problem at all. I'm actually in Barbados this week. I'll be back in Jamaica on the 24th, so I'm here. I'm supposed to head to London, but I'm not going until COVID subsides.
Okay.
Are you gonna stop in Antigua, David?
Well, the issue, they have some COVID issues as well, so I may have to do that on the way down.
David, let me know when next you're back in the UK.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be on duty again in October. That's the next time I'm scheduled for duty, but I'm trying not to go.
I don't blame you.
All right, so if that's it, then unless anybody has something else to say, we'll go ahead and end this, and let's we need to get our next meeting. Is that going to be the next 2 weeks? Are we still good with that?
Yep.
Okay, let me see, what date is that?
The 30th of August.
Yep. Okay. Let me just add that in here. All right. So we will set up the 30th of August, and you guys will see something coming your way a few days before that. Feel free to contact any of us if you have any questions. I will start getting on that on the bio template. If we have this next meeting and we hadn't had that, then shame on me. So I will work on that for the next meeting. Okay. All right. So if I'm sorry, somebody say something. Okay, well then I guess that will end this Zoom meeting, and as usual, a very nice meeting, very lovely meeting some of the new people. You guys keep on doing what you're doing. Stay safe, and we'll talk to you next time.
Alrighty, take care.
All right, everyone.
Everybody.
Love to
Take
all.
care, family.
All right, family. Good seeing
All right.
everybody.
You too.
Take care.